This is Sparta!
Ragnarok. Okay, God of War Ragnarok. Here's my review. There's gonna be tons of different interesting clips throughout this. So it's been a minute since the game came out. It's been 20 days from the day that I am reviewing this, so almost 3 weeks. So God of War Ragnarok, is it amazing? Is it as amazing as it was supposed to be? Yes, absolutely. This game, oh my gosh. The emotion from the characters in this game is crazy. Even better than the previous title. Look, some people out there might like the 2018 game more. Some people might. But I love this game so much more than the 2018 game. And I gave that game a... I didn't review it, but 10 out of 10, hands down. I know you basically already know my rating, but holy crap, dude. God of War Ragnarok gave me everything I wanted in this like 30-hour campaign game. I played like 52 hours, I think it was, to 100% platinum trophy this dang game. I loved every second of this game. The story, the characters, the gameplay, the locations, the way the locations looked. So freaking beautiful. Now, there is some new elements as well. Not only does Kratos get a new weapon, but Atreus is playable. This was something that us as fans wanted for the sequel to God of War 2018, was to see Kratos, not Kratos, but Atreus as a playable character. Now, you guys probably seen that ridiculousness. Atreus is so dang fun to play as though. Like seriously, his gameplay elements are so amazing. The different abilities that that he had in the first game, but now as playable, and the way that he uses his bow in this game, and the amount of time you play as him is actually surprising. Like you go on quests. Not only it's all when you're not with Kratos and you're with other characters that you're playing as Atreus, because he's doing his own thing. There's a point when he's with Sindri, which is the very first time that you play as him, and when that first pops up that you get to play as Atreus, I was like, yes, this is exactly what we wanted. One of the things we wanted in this game was to be able to play as Atreus on his own adventure as well, although he was technically sneaking out for his own adventure. But then there's points when he's with Angrboda is her name, and there's points when he's also just by himself. There was points when he was with Thor's daughter, like, and with Thor himself. And let me tell you, Thor, that dude is like the best ally ever. You can just stand around and watch him just kill the enemies half the time because he'll just demolish them. It's awesome.
Not blind. Neat trick.
Now, when it comes into getting into the story mode itself, you know, you got Odin, you got Thor, you got all these people from Asgard. But throughout the adventure, Atreus and him as Loki and his adventure versus Kratos' adventure. Kratos trying to continue to be that father he wants to be by protecting Atreus and being the best father that he can.
Atreus.
The times when you see emotion from Kratos Like when he's by himself and he's with Freya, when him and Freya have a serious conversation because they both hate Odin and both have the same goal in mind, and she cannot forgive him for what he did because of killing her son, but she also knows that she needs him as an ally for them to work together, and by the end of the game they are truly friends and she considers him a friend. And I think that's truly amazing. And the scene when they first go to shake hands is such a very, very powerful scene. Like, the entire scene just was so emotionally driven for a video game. It's incredible because it showed forgiveness in a way, and how hard it is to, throughout the game, how hard it is to forgive someone in real life, or to work with someone that you have a grudge against or have issues with, or there's so many different aspects that people could relate to with these characters, and how emotionally driven it is.
Look, everything that's happened between us.
No need to explain. Not to me. Not for that. I do not regret saving your life, and never will. But the choice between life and death should have been yours to make. I should not have robbed you of that choice.
And then, not to mention, there's a point when they kind of step back to God of War 2018 with Kratos and Atreus, and Kratos apologizes to him for something, and they take the same line from the 2018 game, but flipped it around, and Atreus says, "Don't be sorry, father. Be better." And then Kratos has a grin on his face, and you never see Kratos smile. But he did, I think, twice in this game. Maybe 3 times even. And it's so, so incredible. And I think the way they handled Ragnarok was completely fine. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was very, very fantastic and phenomenally done. Some people there's some people out there I heard disagree and were underwhelmed by the way they handled the ending, actual Ragnarok in Asgard. I disagree with that. Because the thing is when you look back on God of War 3, okay? That was a whole different time period for gaming as a whole. And this God of War, this is a different Kratos. It's the same Kratos, but a different Kratos. And what I mean by that, it is a Kratos that does not want to have that rage and evilness in his heart anymore. He doesn't want to kill if he doesn't have to, but he absolutely will kill and rip and tear apart anything that gets in his way to be able to protect his son Atreus. But he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be what he once was. And Zeus had said that he was blinded by his rage. And I think that over time, Kratos, as he got older, understood that and eventually tried to settle down, and things happened. And in this game, you know, he doesn't want to have to go to war, but he ends up being forced to go to war because of the events happening of Thor and Odin, because Odin offered him peace and he flat out said no, because Atreus wants to know more about who he is as a person, as Loki. And the biggest plot twist in this game, I don't know if anyone would have predicted that Tyr was gonna be Odin. That was just nuts. And he did the craziest thing. He killed Brock. That right there, oh man, it was crazy. It was nuts. It was so sad, and it broke Sindri. It snapped him. I think Sindri, oh man, I don't know where the story's gonna go from this game. That's the thing. I have no clue at all. Rumor has it that Atreus went through a portal to go find giants, maybe in another, not realm, but another mythology type place. Could be Egypt, could be a Japan mythology. I don't know. I'm guessing Egypt would be next if they're actually going that route. The thing is I don't know if God of War can be God of War with Atreus as the main character and Kratos as a side character. I just don't know what they're going to do next. And I think that's a good thing. And the thing is the ending of this game really gave me what I wanted, and it will satisfy any God of War fan. It gave the ending that if this was the last God of War game, which I don't believe it will be at all, it would be okay. Because it gave the ending gave Kratos peace. It gave Kratos, because he's no longer the God of War. He is now the God of peace. That's essentially what the ending was kind of explaining. And the emotions in Kratos' face, like I said, throughout certain points in this game. And the music. The music in this game is so freaking good. Like, oh my. It's so good. It is so, so good. Now, another thing is throughout the adventure, of course, you have Mimir with you and stuff. And I just love when Mimir tells stories and different things. Like, so many random things. Because Mimir is such a talker. And I just love... There's even a couple points when you don't have Mimir. And, of course, when you're just Atreus by himself, there's no Mimir around. And I think that's interesting. And Mimir really adds a lot to the story. He always does with it because he's so smart and has a lot of wisdom on different things. But he did not know that Tyr was, in fact, Odin. Hey, Mimir, tell us a riddle.
Aye, brother, why can't you iron a four-leaf clover?
Don't rush your luck.
Oh, Father, you're really good at this. Hey, Father, what does wooing mean?
It's when you go off camera, boy, and you keep pressing the circle button continuously.
Interesting, Father. Another thing is Tyr actually is alive, but he was in Odin's prison. Not everyone will know that because that is post-game stuff. Once you get all of the crows, the Odin crows, you'll unlock a boss fight, and then after that it unlocks the prison, which is where you will find Tyr. But as for like the enemies and stuff, so many cool designs, a lot of cool stuff there. I really enjoyed every bit of different things with this game. And as I said, the stuff on the boat, very cool stuff. Now when it comes to the enemies, I mean, Kratos gets a new weapon. He gets a spear, which is awesome. He has his axe, he has his blades, has Atreus, or he has Freya with him, which is also interesting. That's one of the things that I really loved about this game is that you get different allies. It's not just one ally throughout the game because it changes up the combat a little bit and changes up different things because your allies have different abilities as well as Kratos has new different abilities depending on the weapons he's using. And you can utilize that in so many different kinds of ways, which I love, between Atreus, Freya, when Atreus has Thor, Angerboda, or Thor's daughter, which I can't remember the name of. There's so many different ways that you can play throughout that, which I love that. I think that's really great. Listen, so by the end of this game, by the time I beat it and the credits started rolling, I had tears in my eyes. This game truly did, it really did something that not many games can do, and it broke me. It broke me because this experience was one of the greatest video game experiences I have ever had. I have not had a game experience like this. I mean, God of War 2018 was for sure something, but I didn't tear up as I recall from that experience, but it was an incredible experience. There are not many games that can give me that type of experience that really would make me like tear up by the time I finish it, because I don't know, Ragnarok, I'm gonna be real, this is probably one of my favorite video games of all time. It's one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life. Oh my gosh. I really, really, like, hands down, top 3 probably even. Because God of War 2018 was in my top 3 or top 5. And yeah, I liked this one even more. If you are a God of War fan and have not played this, that would surprise me. But if you liked the 2018 game, you know, and you want to wait to play this till it's on sale or something, then hands down, absolutely play this game. It is really incredible. It is really something special that I will always have. This game will be a special place in my heart forever as an experience that I will never forget the first time that I played it. And I'm going to continue to, I'm going to play it again, probably again and again, you know, I don't know how many times, but I can't wait for them to add New Game Plus and photo mode, because that's going to just add more to the game, and it's just going to make it a whole new different kind of experience again. And I love that, those aspects, and I love that Santa Monica Studios really truly does care about their game and their product and about Kratos as a character, and these characters that I grew up with since I was a lot younger. I've grown up with God of War since I was a kid, really. I shouldn't have been playing God of War at certain ages, but when you have older brothers, I mean, you can get away with a lot of things. But yeah, I mean, God of War Ragnarok did a lot of things that I wasn't expecting, a lot of twists, and the biggest twist was the whole Brock thing, and it did things that I was really happy about, and couldn't believe it. And now the cast as well did such an incredible job, every single one of them, and I believe that pretty much all of them deserve some kind of award in some kind of way. Now the way that they handled Odin at the very end of the game, I thought was really, really well handled. Some people some people expected like a God of War 3 type thing when Ragnarok was happening and everything that was going down, but I kind of disagree with that. I can understand someone being like, oh, Odin should have maybe used a spell type thing to show Kratos, like move Kratos to Greek mythology in a vision type thing and mess with his head kind of thing. I get that. I totally get that. But was it necessary? I don't think so. I don't think that certain spells being cast by Odin was necessary. Everything they did with Odin was perfectly fine and perfect. It was perfect in my eyes. I mean, you don't have to, and the thing is it's not in the Greek mythology, so I mean, it's in Norse, so they don't really always have to go back to the Greek mythology stuff. Yes, there are reminders of it. Yes, there are stories told. There are times when Kratos mentions stuff on Greek mythology on his homeland in the game, whether it be to Atreus, Mimir, or to Freya. I love it in the game at one point he mentions to Freya something about fighting Medusa, and how there was an easy way and a hard way to beat her, and the hard way was to cut her head off, and he went with the hard way, and she's like, forget I ever asked. I love that. I absolutely love that. I wish there would have been more on that. I do, but I'm super curious where God of War is going to go next. Let me know your guys' thoughts on God of War Ragnarok. Let me know your guys' thoughts on God of War in general and the franchise, what it means to you, this and that. But like the game, I don't know what else to say other than it is so fantastic. It's perfect. I mean, will it win Game of the Year? I don't know, because Elden Ring. I mean, it's going to be neck and neck. Either one could win, and I won't be mad because I love them both a lot. But when it comes to best narrative, if God of War Ragnarok doesn't win best narrative, that doesn't make any sense at all. Because this game deserves best narrative of the year, hands down, easily, so easily. Sorry, Horizon Forbidden West. No, you do not win that. If it's on that list, I don't know. Sorry, Stray for Game of the Year. Stray was good. Anyways, guys, I absolutely would say this game is a 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. Perfect. Mwah. Perfect. Everything about God of War Ragnarok is perfect, and I thank Santa Monica Studios. I thank Cory Barlog. I thank the director. I thank all the actors. I thank all them for giving me this incredible experience of a video game. It truly blew me away. Blew my socks off, I should say. And I'm never going to forget my first experience with God of War Ragnarok. And I didn't mention the customization stuff. I'm trying not to miss anything. The customization with Kratos is just a lot like the last game. There's not much extra. Some extra abilities and different things, and I like how some of the abilities you can choose between more damage, more stun, or there was one other thing I can't remember right now. And the same goes for Atreus. He has an ability thing and the same kind of setup, which I really like. But your partner, your allies, also get a little bit of a thing of abilities as well and stuff, which they did have in the first game, but there's more variety there, and I think that's really cool. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for my God of War Ragnarok review. I highly appreciate you watching this video. I thank you so much for watching this video. The game is an absolute 10 out of 10. Perfect from me. No complaints at all. I love it more than the last one. I voted for it over Elden Ring for Game of the Year. I know, it's crazy. I just loved the game so dang much and I want to play it again and again. Even though I played way more hours of Elden Ring, and I love that game so much as well, and it's also one of my favorite video games I've ever played. I mean, between the two, these two games, one at the earlier in the year and one at the end of the year, really made up for gaming as a whole in 2022, hands down. Hands down. So, yeah, that's gonna do it, I believe, for the review for God of War Ragnarok. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you had fun watching it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hang on tight for the bloopers. There's not too many. But thanks so much, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Later.
Atreus. You are so adopted. Alright, I'll try not to hit your face.
Test one, go.
Alright. Not that bad. Not that bad, but I also think I'll be running into that.
I saw you once. I saw you once.
He broke the bow.
She was cheaply made.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Mother!
No, it didn't work. It didn't work. The bow didn't work.